Hello guys! Do you know what is the best way to achieve lasting peace in Ukraine, in Europe and the world? Sure, that is to provide Ukraine with more F-16s, Mirage and all the necessary weapons to defeat, demilitarize Russia and to keep control over the borders. The borders between the freedom-loving democratic world and Russia. I'm quite realistic about the dangers that will continue coming from the Kremlin, and I'm very grateful to the people of France and the people of the Netherlands for another supply of F-16s and Mirage that we will definitely use to save more lives. Thank you so much, merci, danke. And there are rumors that maybe some of these F-16s were already used to demilitarize more of the evil objects on the side of Russia. I don't know, but what I definitely know is that the last oil refinery that we have targeted yesterday in Krasnodar Krai was potentially targeted with a Ukrainian missile that reached that far away. Because according to the Russian videos, we can clearly see that the object visiting that oil refinery was sparkling on its way. So let's discuss F-16 Mirage arrival and the development of Ukrainian weapons. My name is Anna, I'm from Ukraine, I'm in Ukraine, and if you want to see the defeat and demilitarization of Russia and also protect yourself against the hybrid warfare, subscribe, we discuss all of that on the channel. And let's start with F-16s and Mirage. I love talking about that. This is definitely a demonstration of support. This will definitely save hundreds, if not thousands, of Ukrainian lives. And also, this is the best way to achieve lasting peace. Better than any treatments, negotiations, or appeasement of the pathetic Kremlin dictator. You remember that Ukrainian pilots trained for a very long period. It took us more than 2 years to receive the first 6 F-16s, and all of them were working on the defense of Ukraine. In total, my country, which is the largest country in Europe, needs approximately 100 of F-16s in times of war per year. We have more now than 6. President Zelensky did not name how many of them we received, but let it remain a surprise to our enemy. But what makes me specifically proud is the fact that after those trainings that many NATO instructors considered too brief, but we could not afford to strain longer in times of this full-scale real war, Ukrainian pilots who returned here demonstrated unbelievable results and have already broken a number of records. I will connect a video that I love on the channel because it is a kind of news that I dream to share with you every day. And that was a record set by a Ukrainian pilot who managed to destroy 6 Russian winged missiles during just one combat flight, which was amazing. First, he worked with the missiles he had on the board of F-16, and later he used a cannon that he had, air cannon on board, which is very rare, and all of the instructors who trained him were not just like super proud, but were also surprised that such operations are possible. Everything is possible if you are that motivated to protect your native land from evil and violent invaders. And that is why, once again, thank you so much for providing us with these instruments that defend Ukrainian lives, lives of our children, our schools and hospitals. This is the best way to stop this absurdity, not to pause, not to freeze the conflict and let Russia rearm itself, but to destroy its military potential. And it all starts with targeting their military objects and their oil refineries. Subscribe to follow this Russian oil refinery bingo and also to demonstrate your solidarity with the people of Ukraine. And I want to thank all the amazing supporters who fund our new campaign with Ukrainian Air Operations to get more jammers and drones and medvacs for the elite of the Ukrainian army, 81st and 82nd Brigades. We have collected almost 10,000 already. 35 is the goal, and please know that every person that leaves a message and supports this campaign is in my heart. Thank you so much. And in my heart is the news that the oil refinery that Ukrainian drones destroyed yesterday may be destroyed not by Ukrainian drones. I have told you yesterday that these were Ukrainian drones because that's a popular strategy, but according to various reports on Russian Telegram channels and videos that we can watch, the object that visited that oil refinery in Krasnodar was like very sparkly, and it did not resemble a targeted drone. It was bigger, so more and more of the Russian population believe that this oil refinery in Krasnodar Krai was destroyed by a missile. And you all know that we have limitations on the usage of long-range missiles, that we don't have enough of long-range missiles provided by our allies, but you also know that we work hard on the usage and development of our own missiles. And once again, we return back to the motivation. It is also and always very, very high when you protect your motherland, when it's not your job, when it's not your extreme or adventure, but it is your motherland, your values, your conscious choice. And I'm very proud of the Ukrainian armed forces. And there are rumors that those of you who follow the updates on my channel or other great YouTubers who support Ukraine might have already noticed objectively that the size of Russian territories under attack are growing bigger and bigger, and that we visit with our drones and various explosive materials more and more of the military objects in more and more of the Russian regions. It's very logical to say that now these are dozens of Russian regions that are a war zone. It's no more just Kursk, Belgorod, Rostov. There are many more: Krasnodar, Astrakhan, Lipetsk, Leningrad, and I can name like a lot of them. And there are actually rumors that maybe for a couple of the recent days, F-16s were already working on these attack missions, assault missions, which would be great because with invaders, the only way to stop them is to punish them, and punish them very severely. And here I need to come to this conclusion that I've shared on X and Blue Sky. Follow me there. You will find the links in the description of this video. But many of us feel uncomfortable whenever we hear about, Canada joining the US or Greenland and so on. And many good people living in democratic countries are surprised that such conversation can be held. And I'm not. Because Putin is to blame. He broke the global world order. And many good people focused on help Ukraine, Ukraine fatigue, problem in Ukraine, war in Ukraine. No. We have to defeat the evil, to defeat Russia. That goes number one. I'm telling you that as a Ukrainian. If you choose to abandon Ukraine, but to defeat Russia to the fullest, I'm all in. The most important thing is to stop this criminal from inspiring other countries, other regimes to review, revise this global world order. These laws and agreements, they did not exist just for fun. They were constructed, they were written by those generations who experienced world wars, and they knew how important it is to protect the legitimacy of every inch of people's land. And somehow generations of people who lived in the comfort of peace and democracy forgot about that. Unfortunately, us Central Eastern Europeans, we lived behind the Iron Curtain and war continued for us. It was just internal. You did not see it on the internet or it was censored. Just as right now, by the way, Russia starts banning their population from filming the videos. So not only we know anything about life in Russia, but they won't be allowed to share their problems, the war that they brought back home. So my message once again, it is much more important to defeat Russia than to support Ukraine. I'm saying you that as a Ukrainian. Thank you for doing it together with me, for sharing the videos. Join me on Instagram, join me on Threads. We had a good Discord community. All my official social media pages are in the links and links in the description of this video. Be careful of scammers. Check our merch shop for lots of good items that work well as reminders and conversation starters. And thank you for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons and sponsors of the channel. But most importantly, thank you for being friends of mine and Ukraine. Slava Ukraini!